Never wanted the easy path.
In that corpse, brimming with potent magic.
Where am I needed? Could come in handy.
To bear.
Just out of view. Light on my feet. No traps, please. Here we go. Wish I had a bag of holding. I'm ready.
Eyes open, mouth shut. Not a peep.
Something over there. letter from Ketheric's wife. Sounds like she loved him very much.
What path lies before me?
What's next, I wonder?
Breathe deep and move.
Focus, strike true.
A rough tempest I will raise. No holding back.
Survival is all that matters.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Knees are starting to ache. Strength in silence.
Talk to me.
Breathe deep and move.
No holding back. I don't fancy their chances.
On I go.
can take me on.
What now? Best be on my way. Maybe I need more pockets. Enough. What's inside?
Plenty left to see. I spy with my little eye. Nothing of note, really.
The disc is formed from slate and engraved with Githyanki writing. It closely resembles the disc that Lae'zel deciphered. This time, the symbols easily resolve into coherent words and sentences. The story of Orpheus further unfolds. The Prince of the Comet, Part 3. The histories tell us that Commander Voss, Gestil Kithrak, pierced Prince Orpheus clean through with his sword of silver. That his flesh was torn and fed to the great red dragon, Ephelaman. Vlaakith's faithful roar out this tale. But beneath the roars we hear whispers carrying truth and prophecy. The Prince of the Comet is not dead. The Prince of the Comet will come again. The Prince of the Comet will liberate us from Vlaakith's tyranny. Praise be to Mother Gith, Queen of the One Sky. Praise be to your son, Orpheus, the true heir, Prince of the Comet. The chapter ends there. This disc might be of some interest to Lae'zel.
Disc? Are these Githyanki markings? Lae'zel might know.
The necromancer was experimenting on the tadpoles. But they were already imbued with
A goblet
Netherese
filled
magic.
with the mutilated corpses
So where
of
did that
illithid
magic come
parasites.
from?
Whatever ungodly experiments were performed on them likely killed them. Carved into the bench's rotted surface are strange, half-faded sigils. A magic circle of some kind, thick with darkness and decay.
A ritual circle. And a complex one at that. I've seen such a construction before in the writings of the Weave Pasha Raven, though his vision was not so tainted. The sigils are written in a curious mix of tongues. Ancient Kalashite, Netherese, something else I can't quite make out. If I'm reading it correctly, it was used in the creation of moon lanterns. It's been mostly drained, but even now contains a powerful dose of shadow weave. The discarded pixie corpses might still contain enough essence. With one of the broken lantern casements... Yes, I think I'll be able to craft one more lantern. And with a slight modification of the casting gesture, it might be able to wield the shadows instead of repelling them. Though, Mistra's eyes may be upon me. She'd forbid me dabbling with such magic. She'd want it destroyed. Wasted, arguably.
Forget what Mistra wants. Think about yourself and what Lady Shah's power could do for you, Gale. Make the lantern. Spread her will.
The circle's power remains, to be used or destroyed.
If Mistra were here, I don't think she'd be best pleased with me for doing that. She was always rather fond of pixies. Still, I'm sensing no signs of any divine retribution incoming. Not quite sure what to make of that. True enough. She'd certainly not want to jeopardize the completion of this little mission she and Elminster have concocted. It may not be the most savory kind of magic, but it will taste sweet enough if it brings us to the heart of the Absolute in one piece. Quite the pair of legs you've got on you to make that kind of leap. No, Mistra wouldn't have issued an order like that if she was content for it to be ignored. She meant it. Perhaps so much so that she's willing to overlook transgressions like this. Now come. Best keep moving. We have many more shadows to face before we reach the heart of the Absolute.
Here we go again.
Secrecy above all.
Mistra Rill.
Whatever comes, I'm ready.
And not be cursed. Seems simple enough. Can hardly feel the spinning.
Mistra Rill.
Never a dull moment. Better not die on me. Cutting to the chase. Please, stay with me.
These are the stalking grounds of Steelclaw, furless one. Tread lightly. Fortunately for you, the slithering vermin I hunt has my attention. For now. Their name matters not, merely their demise. I braved lapping waters and leaking ships to find this prey. I butchered many, and will butcher many more. But this one I toy with. I slice, I tear, and when the time is right, I will bite its head off and bathe in its innards! Luck is not needed. Merely patience and a thirst for blood. Hunt fast and hunt well.
What path lies before me?
I'll strike you down.
right, friend?
Striking distance. No time to waste.
There's an illithid parasite in that corpse. You should take a look.
I suppose.
Out of sight, out of mind. Don't waste a step.
A little fun at last.
Have to keep going.
Battle favors the fearless.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
Don't want to draw any attention.
Seems like a good moment to talk.
I don't believe it. They can't be.
Breathe, child. Resist not the winds of change. Let them carry thee.
No.
Listen. Dost thou not hear it? Where creation meets ruin, where morning meets midnight, the root of all being, balance.
They're dead. I can't. Balance.
Your very soul is tangled in shadow. Arabella's magic, wild as cursed briar. Her talent is now yours too.
The girl must learn the ways of the arcane, but she shan't remain here. The weave knows her purpose. It will guide her plainly, if she listens. Arabella holds a power beyond reckoning, that of the decaying forest and the seedling that bore it. But it is unbalanced. Her yoke is already heavy. If she walks thy path, it will show. Arabella will depart once thou dost leave these accursed lands. She will find her way safely. Thus, it is fated.
Bowman, you're making me leave.
Fear not, girl. Abandon not the weave, and it shall not abandon thee.
You feel grief fade as if it were your own. There is a lightness in her now, veiling the power within, soothing it.
Is that my future? Is that why they died?
It is.
It's wonderful. Thank you, Bowman, for being nice. If there are people like you around, perhaps everything will be all right.
Greetings.
Once again, your mind opens to Lae'zel, and she considers the disc.
More writings on Orpheus, the so-called Prince of the Comet. The Prince of the Comet, Part 3. The histories tell us that Commander Voss, Gestil Kithrak, Vlaakith's faithful roar out the Prince of the Praise be to Mother Gith. This is more than a fable. It's an affront to the undying Queen Vlaakith. Gith's son died to Voss's blade. Orpheus is no more. It is not just improbable, it is impossible. Kithrak Voss and his red dragon slayed the fell prince. You could no more resurrect him than you could glue together the pile of ashes he became. My Vash taught that the silver bells of Vlaakith's court still ring out before every hunt in celebration of the prince's defeat. As a child, I longed to hear them for myself and sing in praises to the deathless queen and her Githraki. Tiamat's emissary. It was he who carried word that Mother Gith had negotiated the gift of the dragons, and that Vlaakith the First would preside as Queen of the Githyanki. If Element remains the Queen's consort to this day, as endless as the empire he now serves. Anything more?
You suddenly feel cheerful. Too cheerful. As if even the grimmest sight might make you laugh.
Not all is well with thee. Such is the price of my favors.
The moment is over. The awful, horrible joy has passed.
Don't mind if I do.
fleet of foot. Sharp as ever.
What's up for discussion?
Nimble. Check for gaps, cracks, anything to leverage the rock. Nichols, tools. Get creative. This rock is basalt. It'll crack with enough pressure. Ah! Don't mind us, true soul. The back wall is weak. We're working to brace it. Barkus is out here? Didn't think he had the stones. Well, if he sent you, you're no slave to the Absolute. You're a damn wolf among sheep, aren't you? I reckon you and I were meant to meet. I'm Wilburn. We've got a plan. For us and the Tieflings both. But we're scuppered without the right equipment. We need tools. That head case of a warden robbed ours, but anything that breaks rock will do. Even if it's not Iron Hand quality. Whatever you find, throw it through the bars. But for the love of Gerdel, make sure a guard doesn't see you. Or we're both done for.
Very well.
Oh no. The cult got inside your head too. Thank the gods. After Zevlor, I thought I couldn't trust my judgment. Glad to see I was right about you. We were trekking through the darkness when the cultists jumped us. Bastards gutted half of us, just for the fun. I took a blow to the head, then woke up in this hellspit. Haven't seen Zevlor since. He's cozying up with Ketheric for all I know. I'd offer to bet on it, but I know you'll win this one. Speak to the gnomes. They've been knocking about their cell for days. Whatever they do, I'm in.
I must make it to Baldur's Gate! I must!
Through a narrow crack in the wall, you hear something shift against stone. The pulse of a crawling, living thing. eyes catch a glimpse, but the darkness within the wall is too deep.
The pride of the gate. I don't see why not. Keeping pace.
Through a narrow crack in the wall, you hear something shift against stone. The pulse of a crawling, living thing. You can't quite catch a glimpse, but you recognize this feeling. The same alien presence you felt on the Nautiloid. Your awareness unfolds, expanding through every wall in the tower, every mind. A vast living network extending down into the dark, where something wakes.
It's a trap!
Tendrils snap like iron cords around your wrist. That presence in your mind looms large, closer now. With a soft sucking sound, your hand pulls free. The flesh within the wall retreats.
Good evening. I'm here on behalf of Gale of Waterdeep. He wishes to extend you an invitation for a private conversation in a more suitable locale. You are speaking to a mere projection of Gale. His appearance, his voice, and a certain measure of his personality, reconstituted in this case to play as emissary and usher. Would you care to join him? What little I could glean from the portion of his mind that is open to me, it is a matter most urgent. Gladly. Simply follow yonder path, and soon you will find him. I love this time of night. There's an almost reverent silence that accompanies the peak of darkness, when you'd almost believe the dawn will never break. The cradle of eternity. The timelessness of lovers. That most beautiful of fantasies. Indeed. The curse is still present, of course. Just veiled and at arm's length for now. Not a trick I can repeat often, but tonight is different. This may be my last night alive. I wanted it to be under a canopy of beauty and wonder. I thought this place might bring me peace. I thought it might make the weight of what I must do feel a little lighter. But I'm not so sure. babe or crone, coward or hero, death is assured. Mistra's forgiveness is not. If you knew the end was near, would you not want to ensure it had meaning? I am terrified. I will not claim otherwise. My face could scarcely conceal it, even if my words sought to deny it. There is no point in running from the inevitable. Better to meet it on my own terms. I can feel it. Ever since we set foot in this strange, corrupted land. The closer we get, the heavier my own heart becomes. Stay with me a while, will you? Day will come all too soon, even in this place. Yes, but there is so much to live for and so few moments in which to house it all. Damn you. Damn you for giving me so much to care about. Our friends, our adventures. This would have been so much easier if it was just me. But it isn't. If there is a way, any way, to save all that's grown dear to me, I want to seize it. I just cannot fathom what that might be, other than to fail Mistra and condemn the world. Stay with me, will you? I don't want to think of it anymore, but I don't want to be alone either.
You. What have you done? What have you done to me? Live. You misunderstand me, true soul. And it will be your undoing. You serve the Absolute. You serve me. Bow, you dog. Bow! The prism. You've had it all this time, you worm. You will bow before me. And if you will not bow, you will break.
Try me.
For the ages. Certainly.
Focus your attack, soldiers.
Two steps at a time.
Need to stay focused. Heading there.
Hope your soul is in good hands.
Let me recite their demise. Outflank, outsmart. fleet of foot.
What's the plan?
Fancy their chances.
Els, I need to hold on.
Let's end this. Have to keep going. Take two.
This is my time. chessboard is set. Making my move.
Got to focus. On my way.
My lord beckons me. You have no idea what you're meddling with. You're a pawn, a slave to forces you cannot comprehend. I am the chosen, and you are nothing. Follow. See.
We're not finished here. Not until Thom's dead for good.
The hole yawns back at you, impossibly wide. A single tentacle burrowed through stone.
This is an Illithid colony. This must be where they harvest the tadpoles. We're close to the source of the infections.
I'd wager that devil I meant to rescue somewhere near. A word, if I may.
No will sparks behind his eyes. His mind has been hollowed out. to better echo the commands of the collective. You could kill it, end its miserable life of enslavement. Surely that would be the humane thing to do. You could take advantage of its vulnerability and plunder what's left of its hollow mind for anything that could serve you.
Chop, chop. Help them. Become. Part of one mind. 4 little feet. Dancing. To same song.
With a lurch, you realize he means the intellect devourers. Here, the brains are harvested, made part of the hive mind.
But there is one. Little kitty. Dances. To another song. Same song. As you. Locked up. Bad kitty. Thinks it is. Other.
Looking ahead.
Friend, you found the helm! We remember you well. You saved us once. Perhaps you can do it again? They are not kind to us here. We are different, they say, aberrant! They wish to repurpose us, destroy what they cannot fix. Please! Help us escape harm! Oh, thank you. Thank you! You are a good friend. No. More. Rescuer!
No! No touch! It is wrong. Other. You sing wrong song too. In wrong voice. Sing other song together then. But away from here.
We are free! Thank you, friend. But perils remain, near and far. Better to stay together. You and us, we will remain with you. Call us, and we will be at your side.
These boots have seen everything. An offering from Moonrise Towers. So much blood. The Illithids take what's useful and discard the rest.
Mind flayers and civilians, side by side. This must be where they infect and transform those they kidnap.
You remember the shattered windows of Alteral's High Cathedral, the burning black sky of Avernus beyond.
Let's move.
In its horror, the Blood War unites you. Tiefling, dwarf, and elf alike huddle behind the shields of your paladin order, waiting for salvation. But when it comes, disunity. The returned city casts your people out, the devils who dragged them down to hell. In the end, it is not your paladin oath that is broken. It is your faith itself. Your tadpole forms a telepathic connection with the device, and a chorus of static energy fills every mind flayer in the room calls out hungrily from its pod, seeking release and sustenance. But there are others in the pods, those not yet infected, not yet elithid, terrified, desperate to escape. The device is open to your tadpole's command, to your authority.
Two steps at a time.
Victory is assured.
May the gods take you first.
is, Mistra.
Moving fast. I need healing.
Of course.
Got to move.
Hells. I didn't think I was going to... I owe you an explanation. Much more than that. But first, the others, the ambush. Tell me they survived? You've heard some of it, I'm sure. That I froze, or broke, or some other lie that is kinder than the truth. We were ambushed by cultists, yes. And then I heard... her. Their false god, whispering promises in my mind. I would be a paladin again, with a god's purpose, a god's power. Everything I needed to protect my people. And all the while, the cult tortured them. They fought and ran and died around me, while I imagined myself there. By the time I regained my senses, it was too late. I did not just surrender to the Absolute. For a moment, I welcomed it. I fell short of that mark in Avernus, and even so, it was not so bad as this. I won't make excuses. I can't make amends, but I know something of what you came to do. I want to help, if you'll let me. Ketherick is below. He thinks you're no longer a menace. Descend and show him how wrong he... If there are any more survivors to be found, I'll find them and lead them out of this place. They have you. Go, my friend. Please, let me do this much.
I don't know how to thank you. I thought I was done for. This is a bleeding shit show. Half my squad's dead, the other half sporting tentacle. We came here to rescue Duke Ravengard. But we didn't stand a chance. Yeah. He was in one of the pods. The cultists took him away. He was still human, and still trying to put up a fight.
Defender of the people. Ever onward.
Design.
Brine pools, but empty of tadpoles. Unusual. Harvesting all the larvae indicates they are getting ready for something big.
What in the hells? That's Mazora in that pod.
Mazora? You're Zariel's asset.
My dumb little stinker. Took you long enough. Now, by Grazit's cock, get me out of this thing!
I'll do it, and you'll set me free. That was the deal.
Yeah. So, get to it already.
The controls are open to your tadpole's command, to your authority. The symbol's meaning comes into focus. Annihilate. You decipher the symbol. It's an illithid sigil, meaning unleash.
You did all right, Will. I'd give your belly a good rub, but never could stand the smell.
You're free, Mazora. I held up my end. Now you hold up yours. Sever the pact.
Clause Z, Section 13. If the Soulbinder consents to separation, she will release the Soul Bearer from all obligation within 6 months.
6 months? Gods damn you!
Ignorant thing. It's always the terms and conditions that get you.
Another one? Well, after jumping through all those hoops, a little treat wouldn't hurt. All that power. And to think you want to throw it away. Now, you've got business in the towers to take care of. Don't you fret. I'll find you soon enough. You're going to need me. Oh, and go ahead. Tell your chums how we met. It's a real cracker of a tale. Ta-ta.
Many hands. Is that blood?
Zariel's asset was none other than Mazora herself. Of course. Tricks on top of tricks on top of tricks. But I've only got 6 months before I'm made a free man. Thanks be to the Triad. No, scratch that. Thanks be to you. I can't imagine how. All I have to do is stay alive. That should be easy enough, with someone of your skill at my side.
Here we go. No tadpoles in this brine pool.
Where am I needed?
Thick brine for the wrigglers. Thankfully, they're gone.
There's a parasite nearby. You should take a closer look.
An empty brine pool. But then where are the tadpoles?
I've got a long...
A sacred hand that reaches from the grave. Gather yourselves. Soon we march to victory. General Thorm was attacked. The order to evacuate given. You should not be here. I conclude you are one of the attackers. Lies! I shall present your bones to General Thorm as retribution for what you did to him! Onward.
Step to it.
Can't slow down.
I feel glorious.
Prepare the march. My chosen gather below. Discern, faithful. We depart.
Empty vessel, nothing more. Lending voice to elder law.
As the console bursts into life, a mind touches your own. Alien and full of desperate need, but fragmented too. It is incomplete. It yearns to connect, but needs you to guide the process, linking each part of your mind to its like.
Time to see what's back there. No one at home will ever believe this.
Baldur's Gate will know my design.
Our destiny
tadpole echoes, not with presence, but memory, tinged with loss.
The grand design. Order. Perfection. Unity. Every plane as one. Every being in their place.
That loss blooms into a sudden fury, burying claws in your mind.
Taken. Corrupted. Gone.
And just as suddenly, pain and memory are gone, leaving only stone once more.
The grand design. The restoration of the Mind Flayer Empire. The dream of all Illithids.
How did the Illithid Empire fall?
I'm just glad it fell.
My hand's on everything.
Descend. Prepare. Liberate.
Is anyone else's tadpole squirming around a lot more than usual?
It senses something, doesn't it? I'll keep my guard up.
Don't waste a step.
No longer a background murmur, the presence in your mind builds to a roar.
We've found it. The Absolute is behind this door.
You said it was under control.
It isn't you I answer to, Gortash.
Oh, the general voice. Is this where we salute?
Salute, yes, with cleavers through his blood-starved flesh. How it crawls with failure, like flies on lick-wet carrion.
You forget yourself, Orin. I've played my part.
You've built an army for our masters, true enough, but what of the astral prism? A rogue true soul flaunting it under your nose all this time, and you ran from her.
Sure that they would follow and deliver it into my hands here. If you would cease these distractions.
The distractions have been yours, Ketherick. Perhaps we never should have dug your daughter up. So you haven't lost your edge, but you're still not as sharp as Orin, I wager.
His crypt breath sings to my sinews again, 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 again. But he must lead the murder march to Baldur's grave.
If the weapon is truly in your grasp, Ketherick, might I suggest closing your fist? Orin and I can wait for you no longer. The plan proceeds. We're going to the city, and we expect you to follow. Army and the weapon in tow.
The Edict of Bane.
The Lash of Ball!
Testament of Merkel!
An elder brain. One of the cruelest and most powerful creatures in existence. Enslaved by mere mortals.
Look at that crown.
radiates with power unlike anything I've ever seen. To have it. To hold. Oh, if only I could. But I can't. This is it. I must do as Mistra commands. This is it. I must do as Mistra commands. One last gust of weave. One last gale to end them all.
No!
Beneath the smoking ashes of Moonrise Towers, the Elder Brain lies destroyed. But what of the tadpoles it commanded? Freed of the Absolute's control, they will complete their transformations. A plague of illithids will soon descend on the Sword Coast, enslaving all they do not infect. It is an ending of sorts, though not the one destiny had in store for you.